It's your boy HawkdowntreezyYT, man. What's up, YouTube? Today we're gonna be reacting to Death Battle, Simon the Digger versus Kyle Rayner. Some of y'all told me to react to this, so this is what I'm about to do. But without further ado, let's get into this video. I got White Lantern winning only because he's from DC. And I fuck with DC more than DC and Marvel, but between that, DC got it. So yeah, let's continue on with this.
Simon the Digger,
Kyle Rayner, the White Lantern.
two men born of Earth with the willpower to pierce the heavens and conquer
Simon the
infinity.
Digger is crazy.
He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills.
I can't pause the video? Out of all the names, Simon the Digger. Simon the Digger, keep that in mind. Simon the Digger. Out of all the names, out of all the superhero names, it better be a good reason why his name's Simon the Digger.
Find out who would win a death battle.
White Lantern.
Deep underground, Jiha village lived in dreary isolation, oblivious to the wider world above their squalid cave.
That's where the hero of our story comes in. The young man who would lead his comrades into the sunlight at last. Kamina, the great and mighty. Oh, and his little brother from another mother, Simon. He was there too, I guess.
Simon was a digger, content to drill endlessly through the dirt, until the day he found the core drill.
Pronounced
He that
Simon.
activated the mysterious buried
Oh,
that
Simon the
Kamina
Digger.
named Lagan. Under his
I still don't know what that
magnificently
is.
masculine leadership, Kamina finally drilled
That was
their
Simon
way to
the Digger.
freedom, seeing the sun after a life in the dark.
But the sky was by no means the limit. The surface was ruled by the cruel chimeric beast.
All these characters
Kamina
ugly
would
as
lead his
shit, though.
compatriots
Like,
against them
hell
to
no.
reclaim the Earth for humanity, scoring a second mech in the process.
These look
aptly
like
named
cartoon though.
Gurren.
And
Like
as befits
animated,
Kamina
but
and Simon's
animated but
unbreakable
cartoon.
brotherly
Like
bond,
how
Gurren and
Avatar
Lagan
is.
merged, creating Gurren Lagan.
With Kamina piloting the body and Simon the head, these two were unstoppable.
Of all the giant fighting robots in all the animes across
Transform?
history, Gurren Lagan might just be the absolute coolest, fueled by its pilot's willpower and capable of making any weapon they can imagine.
Including missiles, a jetpack, a sunglasses boomerang, and of course,
Drills! Wrist-mounted drills, kunai drills, shield drills, kamehameha drills, and everyone's favorite, the
I know you
Giga
meant that
Drill
Kamehameha.
Baraku.
I know the nigga just
Side
said
note,
Kamehameha,
It is so
bro.
funny that the only thing they could think of was drills. That's like if I made booze or something, my whole personality. What up?
with Gurren Lagan's awesome power, Kamina laid waste to enemy forces, liberated
shit.
human
That's
villages,
hard
and
ass
fomented
shit, though.
a rebellion
That's
against the
hard ass
Beastman
shit.
King, Lord Genome.
Until Kamina died. Oh, wait, shit, was that supposed to happen?
Nope, and it was all Simon's fault. He let his
Goddamn
willpower
Simon.
waver,
Always
and
a
his
nigga
soul
named
brother
Simon,
paid the
bruh.
price. After all, he was just a humble digger, at home in the darkness, guided solely by the light of Kamina's spirit.
So his big bro left him with these final words. Have faith in the Simon who believes in you. Damn.
Kamina was the one looking up to him the whole time. It was Simon.
What's this? Gurren Lagann? I'm about to start watching that shit, cause wait, so the whole series of Simon the Digger is him digging? That's it? No fights, none of that, just digging? Cause I would be damned if I watch a whole series of me watching a grown ass man dig. I could have been watching slavery back in the day instead of this. I'm just saying, bro.
Simon who found Lagan, Simon who pierced the surface, and Simon who would now lead humanity to victory.
Especially with his gal pal Nia at his side, who
Gal
helped pull
pal.
him out of his rut and kick Lord Genome's ass. But
Okay, now
victory
man,
only
there's
lasted
fights.
7 years before the anti-spiral attacked.
Unimaginably powerful godlike aliens, the anti-spiral feared humanity's potential, what they dubbed the spiral nemesis.
Remember how Gurren Lagann runs on fighting spirit? Turns out that's just a manifestation of spiral.
These look like Yu-Gi-Oh. What's that one series called from Nickelodeon? Yu-Gi-Oh and Transformers combined. That's what it giving me, low-key.
Power, an energy that all spiral beings, like humans, have. That's right, the laws of physics run on chutzpah.
Just as the spiral turned inward represents endless obsession and madness, the spiral turned outward spins forever into infinity, the perfect representation of humanity's evolutionary potential.
Potential Simon would use as he led Team DIGGER across the multiverse to take the fight to the anti-spiral. And this is when Gurren Lagann gets crazy.
Channeling spiral power lets you constantly adapt to threats, no matter how overwhelming. Simon can create portals to different realities and higher dimensions.
Hold on, fuck the bullshit. Hold on, what did I just
Presents
see?
endless obsession and madness. The spiral turned outward spins forever into infinity, the perfect representation of humanity's evolutionary potential.
Potential Simon would use as he
I
led
just
Team
seen some
DIGGER
shit, I ain't gonna lie.
across
I
the
know I ain't
multiverse
tripping.
to
I
take
just
the
seen some
fight
shit.
to the anti-spiral.
Thank God that nigga not in death battle. Cause if that nigga's in death battle, shit. That nigga, hell no.
And this is when Gurren Lagann gets crazy.
Channeling spiral power lets you constantly adapt to threats, no matter how overwhelming. Simon can create portals to different realities.
So basically Cosmic Armor Superman, but weaker version. Alright. Spiral power, exponential adaptation, self repair, force fields, energy absorption, reality warping. Oh shit. Oh, these is transformation. I'm slow. Okay. Oh damn. Spiral power already OP enough. Our city size, the size of a city. What though? The size of a. Oh hell no. Space time shattering burst spinning. Super galaxy Gurren Lagann. What that nigga? Moon size. I ain't gonna count. I gotta see why Lantern
and higher dimensions. He can generate force fields, absorb energy attacks, and even merge Gurren Lagann. Super Galaxy Gurren Lagann, which can fire lasers that are fast enough to hit, and I quote, all time, space, and dimensions, all within a Planck instant.
That's the smallest unit of time physically possible.
Meaning each laser would have to be moving 4.6 times 10 to the 117th power times faster than light.
God damn. Nigga, do you know how smart you gotta be to calculate that shit? So you telling me if a nigga. Somebody text me. So you saying if a nigga, if he shoots at me with that shit, let's just say I'm all the way to the end of fucking time itself. Matter of fact, not even time. The end of the universe. Corner, like I'm at the edge of the universe, right? If I go any further, or like the nearest barrier of the universe. Let's just say a universe has a barrier, right? And I'm right there. And he is on the other side of the barrier of the universe. If he shoots me with that shit, not only that shit gonna hit me, but I won't have no time, no movements, not a single particle of my brain cells to move. Like, I can't just duck. That shit already gonna hit me. Like I can't move a single part of my body. That's how they say that's how fast this nigga shoots. That's basically what they saying. Like this shit could this is undodgeable. I ain't gonna count.
Oh, well, looks like this wins the award for fastest calculated speed feat in our show's history. Congratulations, Gurren Lagann.
This the third fastest feat I ever seen in fiction. And yeah, probably the fastest feat on this show too, on this series, the Death Battle.
Gone.
Move over, SpongeBob. You've been dethroned.
Hold on.
And the guide.
This wins the award for fastest calculated speed feat in our show's history. Congratulations, Gurren Lagann.
Move.
Fastest speed calculation. I'm about to say, I know, hey, I'm about to say, you get rid of SpongeBob, don't get rid of the Flash now. Shit, don't get rid of the Flash. Wait, is he even on here? Wait, did Flash even make the Death Battle? No, he did make the Death Battle, but why the fuck Flash not on this? Am I missing something, chat? Of course, Superman on here. SpongeBob, damn. That shit crazy.
Over, SpongeBob. You've been dethroned. Oh, and the guidebook says they hit an innumerable number of enemies across infinite universes. You literally cannot calculate how fast that is.
But it wasn't enough to escape the Anti-Spiral's greatest trap, the Multiverse Labyrinth, an attack that imprisons Simon in his own unique multiverse, forced to experience an infinite number of alternate realities that controlled his mind, permanently arresting him in a dream world.
Except Simon and his spiral power are just built different, and after being inspired by his bro, Simon absorbed that whole multiverse to escape.
What makes this even more impressive is that this labyrinth was 11-dimensional, meaning Simon absorbed a higher dimensional structure several orders of infinity greater than himself. The jump between dimensions is basically infinite. Each new dimension adds a new direction of space that extends infinitely, thus an infinite gap in size and scope.
That shit
What?
crazy.
Oh, we're just getting started. Imagine a
And he
two-dimensional...
just said we're just getting started. Oh my god. I ain't gonna lie. White Lantern might be cooked. White Lantern might be cooked, chat. I'm not gonna front. He might be cooked. I ain't gonna lie.
drawing interacting with a three-dimensional person.
Okay, that's not too far off from what actually happened.
Because when Simon absorbed the multiverse labyrinth, he merged with every alternate universe version of himself, including an alternate universe Simon who is writing his own alternate universe version of Gurren Lagann. And that author's spiral power made his fictional Simon real, adding another to the mix.
Wait, if every human being has spiral power, you're telling me we can all do this shit?
This all gave our Simone
Look at
enough
that.
spiral power to form the next step in mecha evolution, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
This is when
Nigga,
Gurren Lagann.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I'm about to cut this video short, nigga. What type of? But what's up with these corny ass, trash ass, ugly ass, funky ass, nasty ass names? And this a cartoon. This ain't no anime. This a cartoon. These are cartoon ass names. These are cartoon ass names, chat. Hell no. This ain't no anime. This a cartoon. Nigga. Out of all the names, he could have been named Mecha Nigga or some shit, but I can't even pronounce that shit. Man, hold on. I gotta go back, chat. Hold on, I gotta go back.
We can all do this shit?
This all gave our Simone enough spiral power to form the next step in mecha evolution, Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann.
Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. He could have been named Mecha Nigga, Mechatron, any name. Mecha Ranger, any name. Tenga, whatever that nigga. Come on, bro. Tenga. Calm down, Trey. Calm down. Bruh. Like, that shit not even funny, bro. Tenga Toppa Gurren Lagann. I ain't gonna count.
This is when Gurren Lagann gets actually fucking crazy. Like shooting missiles that alter
He better be lucky this nigga OP as a bitch. Cause I would've been on that nigga ass. I ain't gonna lie. He could low-key be Superman. I don't know about Cosmic Armor Superman, but any other Superman, I feel like he could be.
abilities so they have 100% chance of hitting you or tossing galaxies around like frisbees. Sorry, did I say galaxies? I meant universes.
Simone's power
I tell you that bad. He can be Superman. I don't know about Cosmic Armor though, cause that nigga OP is a bitch. But this nigga, if he could toss universes, hold on. So imagine myself, right? Y'all the enemies, right? Y'all live in a planet called Earth, a small size, big planet, right? I am as big as the universe. No, I'm bigger than the universe itself. And I'm throwing straight universes at y'all. And y'all can't do nothing about it. Y'all can't, according to what they saying, I could hit you with 100% chance of speed. Y'all cannot avoid it. Not even Jesus could avoid this shit. But I don't know. I don't know. This shit. Okay, hold on. Jesus could probably avoid this shit. I'm just yapping at this point. But nigga, I'm like, imagine throwing universe. Nigga, do you know how big a universe is? I ain't gonna count. This nigga OP as hell. I need to do my research on this nigga. Shit. I gotta see why Leonard feeds, bro. Cause this nigga might get this nigga might win this shit.
Or was so immense that he started generating
like,
super
throwing a universe. And know what's funny? You can't even dodge it. You're dead. By the time you even like imagine somebody throw a whole universe right now at us at the planet called Earth. We're gonna be dead before the universe even touch us. That shit crazy.
spiral
That shit
space,
crazy,
a
bro.
higher dimension encompassing our own universe.
With it, Simone turns his thoughts into reality, letting him create his mech and all of its weapons in the first place.
Not only does this mean he no longer needs co-pilots, he can also
shit badass,
regenerate
though.
any damage done to him or his mech just by willing it back into existence.
Like when Lord Genome used spiral power to survive quantum breakdown, or the time Nia, now the best wife in the universe, used spiral power to constantly regenerate her body from being erased at the informational level for 7 days straight.
Information in physics is essentially the ones and zeros that make up every possible outcome in reality. Nia literally regenerated from the statistical certainty of her own destruction.
She
If
looks
I
chop.
have spiral power, whiz, when the fuck is my leg growing back?
When even this was not enough for the anti-spiral, Simone evolved one more time.
Into Super Tengen Topa Gurren Lagann!
This mech is so big, its size is literally incalculable. And with a drill somehow even larger than that, Simone and his friends shattered the anti-spiral once and for all.
Hey, cruel indifference of the universe! Meet the indomitable human spirit!
Proving Kamina's words prophetic.
He
That
gained the assignment that believed in him. Pulled the moon back into orbit. Struck all of space-time at once. Absorbed the multiverse. Withstood the infinity Big Bang storm. Shattered a drill trillions of light years long. Defeated.
Simone's drill is the drill that would pierce the heavens.
With no more worlds left to conquer, Simone chose to wander the earth for the rest of his days, in service to others.
Always looking up. For all the lights in the sky are stars, and every star another world of
Think I look
spiral
old as
cousins
hell.
that can live free.
All thanks to a humble digger.
The universe is a dangerous place.
Ah,
Should
dang.
you find yourself face to face with an interdimensional vampire, alien dictators, or this one really pissed off cat, you know who to call.
The Green Lantern Corps. They're the Space Fuzz, an intergalactic police force
I nigga
founded
Green
billions
Lantern.
of years ago by blue leprechaun
Ugh,
gods.
nigga.
And the greatest Green Lantern among them was everyone's favorite, Hal Jordan.
You know him.
Green
You
Lantern.
love him. You
Lantern.
might hate him, but you gotta
Yeah, I do hate him.
respect
I ain't
the
gonna
man
lie. Y'all did that nigga. Y'all did my boy Ben 10 wrong. Y'all did my boy Ben 10 wrong with that shit. I ain't gonna lie. I hate that nigga because y'all the reason why I hate him. Y'all made him look bad.
with a will as unbreakable as Hal's.
Until the day his will broke.
After his hometown got completely obliterated, Hal lost his mind. He rampaged through the core, killing everyone in his path, and absorbed the central power battery, the literal Green Lantern.
Becoming the Emerald Tyrant, Parallax.
There was only one survivor of Parallax's killing spree, Ganthet. And with what remained of his strength, he gave the last Green Lantern ring in the universe to a human, Kyle Rayner.
So, was Kyle picked for his indomitable willpower
Boy
like
named
Hal
Kyle
was?
Rayner. I elite. Okay, shit. 30. Damn. 5'11". Comic artist. Likes Green Lantern likes Superman, Asian movies, gamer dislikes DC editorial, Jaws, love triangles, enemy of
He was just there. He had no idea what was going on. Must feel good being given the most dangerous magical weapon in existence to figure out on your own.
Yeah.
Hey, if Colonel Sanders, Daffy Duck, Space Wheat, and a sentient box can master it, what's your excuse, Kyle?
The Green Lantern ring can do anything, fulfilling any wish its user desires as though it were a genie from a lamp.
It lets you fire energy blasts, create force fields, affect gravity, turn invisible and intangible, manipulate matter, time travel, warp reality, and erase things from existence.
Hey, let me tell you something. That time travel shit ain't gonna work on this match. Hey, that time travel shit might work on Ben 10, but against this nigga, that shit ain't gonna work at all. Cause let me tell you something. Even if you create a portal to time travel, all this nigga gotta do is just throw a universe at your shit and you're dead. 100% speed, nigga. It won't even have a chance to blink, nigga. What's talking about?
Well, consider the time Kyle stretched the
I
very
got this
fabric
nigga-
of space to increase
his
the Planck
ability-
length a billion times
He got
over.
some overpowered
That's like
ass
stretching
abilities,
an
though.
inch into a light year.
Lanterns control time and space, letting them fly so fast they can create a speed force singularity.
Tapping into the Speed Force requires entering a higher dimension of space, requiring speeds that are not only faster than light, but totally immeasurable. And the rings have an artificial intelligence that operates just as fast, automatically protecting its user from danger.
Like the time that Poozer Kilowog survived being erased from existence by the crisis on Infinite Earth.
The ring is fueled by its user's willpower and limited only by their imagination.
While Hal may have had the greatest willpower in the Corps, Kyle's imagination is unmatched. Probably because he's a comic book artist.
Boy,
And we know
Batman.
from this show, they think of some wild shit.
But the Green Lantern's most recognizable ability is their constructs, Kyle's speciality.
Samurai armor, pirate ships,
Hold
giant
on.
dragon.
Hold on. Wait, where's White Lantern? Where is White Lantern? Where is White Lantern? Why are we talking about Green Lantern? We know how strong Green Lantern is. Where's White Lantern?
Actual working home computers, and his favorite, super fighting robots. Hey, that one looks familiar.
Kyle can make them strong enough to lift the Spectre, who weighs as much as eternity.
Or hold back a 12.3 dimensional Big Bang. Wait, 0.3? DC's multiverse has 12.3 dimensions? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
The ring's only downside is that it's limited to 24 hours before needing a recharge.
So
Yeah,
it can
true.
blow up universes, but it has the battery of an iPhone. Never mind, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Although I'd say Kyle's biggest weakness was Kyle. With great power came no responsibility.
Perhaps a manifestation of Kyle's self-doubt. Any reflection came too late, though, when one of Kyle's villains brutally murdered his girlfriend, Alex, and put her body in a fridge.
Kyle
That's
wasn't
crazy.
the only one traumatized. This moment was so infamous, it started the trope called fridging.
For how female characters are often sacrificed as mere plot devices to further a male character's development.
So it might surprise you that it happened to Kyle again.
Kyle finally got serious. He became a prominent member of the Justice League, faced off against Hal, and even rebuilt the Green Lantern Corps better than ever.
But little did he know, this torchbearer's greatest journey had only just begun.
In order to save Ganthet from an emotional lobotomy, it's a long story, he had to master all the colors of the emotional electromagnetic spectrum.
There are 7 colors, each representing a different emotion. The yellow light of fear lets Kyle manipulate the worst horrors.
Okay, so Red Lantern, rage, infection, and blood absorption. Blue Lantern, healing, and emotional purification. Sapphire Lantern, crystal, matrice, and mind control. Indigo Lantern, portals, and compassion, manipulation. Orange Lantern, energy, siphoning, and soul manipulation. Soul manipulation. God damn. Yellow Lantern, fear, manipulation. Fear manipulation, fear empowerment. White Lantern, the one we're supposed to be focused on, control over life. That's crazy. Resurrection, so basically death. Like outsmart death. Okay, and life equation, mathematical source of life, extensive reality warping. Okay,
in your mind. The more scared you are of him, the stronger he becomes.
Orange light is fueled by bottomless avarice, possessing Kyle to absorb.
Manipulate the worst horrors in your mind. The more scared you are of him, the stronger he becomes.
Orange light is fueled by bottomless avarice, possessing Kyle to absorb not merely his enemies' attacks, but also their souls.
Red is rage, ripping out Kyle's heart and replacing his blood with napalm, which sounds like it sucks, but it's metal as hell.
Blue light is powered by hope and allows Kyle to heal wounds, resist mental domination, and supercharge his rage.
Hey, yo, I ain't gonna lie. If you see a fly coming past by, don't worry about it. After this video ends, I'm about to kill that bitch.
Compassion, reducing his opponent's will to fight and letting him open portals across space, connecting him to others.
The final one was the sapphire light of love.
Is compassion, reducing his opponent's will to fight and letting him open portals across space, connecting him to others.
The final one was the sapphire light of love. With it, he can trap enemies within crystal matrices and control their minds. But Kyle only mastered it by forgiving himself for Alex's tragic death.
Oh, self-love. I get it. Must be nice. And with their powers combined, he doesn't just make his enemies taste the rainbow.
The lights of the spectrum merged, and Kyle became a white lantern with total control over the power.
I am so retarded. I thought White Lantern was. I'm so retarded. I thought White Lantern was one of the lanterns. I didn't know that shit was a transformation. I'm so retarded, chat. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, y'all chilling me, man. Y'all chilling me. Hey, that nigga a little slow. You know what I'm saying?
Of life.
Wiz, I cannot think of an attack more useful.
I still got White Lantern losing, though. As much I wonder when he might lose.
In a death battle than something that makes you live.
Empowered by the physical embodiment of all life in the DC multiverse, Kyle is vastly more powerful than any other lantern in existence.
Far stronger than Hal, who could harness the energy of every power battery across the multiverse.
Not only can Kyle instantly heal all wounds, purify corruption, and resurrect the dead, the white light of life is strong enough to go up against threats to all of creation, like the Anti-Monitor.
Okay,
no way.
So it's not totally useless.
Especially after Kyle visited the Source and acquired the life equation. Essentially the source code to reality, the life equation is mathematical proof that life is worth living.
With it, Kyle can alter all of reality at a whim, even threatening the new gods like Darkseid.
The life equation, like its counterpart, the
contained
anti-life equation,
supernova, survived the Big Bang that created DC universe, outsped the laws of physics. Okay, first of all, even if he outsped the laws of physics, it still ain't enough though. This nigga, what's his name? Simon the Digger. This nigga, remember, this nigga could throw universe at 100% speed, and you cannot dodge that shit at all. You can't. 100% speed. This nigga even made the most overpowered speed calculations in Death Battle history. So that speed shot the window. The only thing he might got over Buddy is durability. I ain't gonna lie, cause this nigga could out life death or some shit. Defeated Wonder Woman. Paralyzed.
Is a conceptual artifact from a higher reality,
I still
originating
got
in a platonic realm that is, in a sense, more real
That's
than we are.
So it's not a shock that the equation made Kyle too powerful.
He struggled to control it, and it subconsciously manifested a being composed of his fears and anxieties. Oblivion. Kyle's greatest weakness was still himself.
Kyle spent his whole life struggling with the power that the gods granted him, and throughout it all, he always rose to the occasion, carrying the universe on his back.
But ultimately, the only way to stop power from corrupting is to spread it. So Kyle split the life equation into pieces to found his second core, the White Lanterns. And together, they shattered Oblivion, destroying the self-doubt that plagued Kyle once and for all.
Not bad for a comic book geek from LA.
And now he was the one giving out rings of unlimited power to people who weren't sure if they could command it.
So he told them the truth. You can't teach someone how to use such power. You have to learn yourself, making mistakes along the way.
But with the power of life at their command, there's no end to their journey, only endless beginnings.
And know what's funny? Since it's Death Battle, There ain't no helping. It's 1-on-1. 1-on-1. 1v1. You hear me? Look, 1-on-1. No, they won't be able to help him. The only thing they could do is probably guide him or support him. That's it. White Lantern might lose this shit. Cause let me tell you something. That speed shit is out the window. He outsped the laws of physics. He outsped the laws of physics, but that shit out the window, bro. That speed shit out the window.
Hey, remember Beerus versus Sailor Galaxia? No? Well, that's because it was taken off YouTube for being too anime. But we've got a solution. It's our own website. That's www.deathbattle.gg. It's like our own private Patreon, with a store for Death Battle merch and a complete Death Battle video archive. It's got episodes that YouTube has banned, blocked, and censored, and there's even more goodies on the way. So check out deathbattle.gg.
Hey, y'all heard them. Go fuck with that. Know what I'm saying? I'm about to go fuck with it too after this
Live
video.
right now.
I know that's right. Come on.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's
Time
for
for
a
a
death
death
battle!
battle. Come on, man.
All right, I'm not rusty at all.
Hey dude, Green Lantern Officer Kyle Rayner here. Ring says you've got a Class A galactic super weapon, whatever that is. I'm thinking it's the giant mech. Why don't you hand it over?
Gurren Lagann's mine, officer. Just who the hell do you think you are? I'm told I'm bad with authority.
Damn.
Tell
Oh,
me
shit.
about it. 4!
That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's your Goku? Hold on.
4?
Oh. Sound like Goku.
That's nothing! My drill will pierce the heavens! Take it to Gurren Lagann! That's really cool.
Ha! Hey, W Dick Rider. W Dick Rider.
We do the impossible.
See the invisible.
Touch the untouchable.
Break the unbreakable.
Nigga. Is they fighting on top of a universe? I'm not gonna front. They got it. Chat, they got it. They got it. They got it, bro. They is fighting on top of a universe. They fighting on top of us. Y'all not. You know what? Hey, chat, what's worse? This or that Thanos versus Darkseid video? Because Thanos and Darkseid, they was throwing planets at each other. Like, they damn near destroyed the whole universe. They fighting on top of a whole universe. Or a galaxy, I don't know. They fighting on top of us, bruh. You know what? You know what? Hey, you know what? Hey, you know what?
If you ain't know,
Now you know.
Told you, cannot dodge it. That speed shot out the window.
I'm Shimon the Digger. If there's a wall in my way, I'll smash it down.
Okay, okay. I know that's right. Simon the Digger. Oh. Ah, shit.
Stop fighting. Think about your fear of death. Your
Here
love
comes
of
the
your
rainbow.
friends, your compassion for me, your hope for the future. Choose life. Have faith in the Simon that believes in you.
Cook, I knew it. I knew it, bro.
My drill is the drill that will transcend the heavens. Giga drill free!
Yeah, that shit out the window. That shit cooked. That shit cooked. What he got up his sleeve? He got a drill? Let me find out. Hold on. They both got drills? Hold on. And there goes the multiverse itself. And time. And our life. We're dead. Yep, just like that, we're dead. Hey, I don't care who wins, just know we are dead. In fact, we've been dead by the time they left. My fault. By the time they left our planet, we was done for. We was done for, Chad. I ain't gonna lie. We're dead. Yep.
The super weapon wasn't your mech. It was me. Then, Simone, I'm taking you in brightest day, in blackest night. No evil shall escape my sight. Let those who worship evil's might beware my power.
Yo, this is okay. Okay.
Let's see you grit those teeth!
Damn.
You
Damn.
make a good lantern.
You'll make a good
Simon
lantern.
of Earth, you have been chosen.
Just who the hell do you think I am?
I know that's right. Real nigga shit. Real nigga shit.
Sunglasses.
If y'all don't, hey, I ain't gonna lie. Let me tell y'all something. Green Lantern White, the nigga lost because he did say that the ring shuts off every 24 hours. And ever since they destroyed multiverse and time itself, it also, triggered the 24-hour effect. So that shit was out the window. But regardless, he was gonna lose. The ring has its flaws. The drill don't have no flaws at all. But yeah, hey, that time travel shit. That shit wasn't gonna work on this one. I knew he was gonna win, bro. God damn. Overpowered ass niggas.
When both combatants possess unlimited power, it's hard to judge them by our normal standards. Take speed. Simone can hit an infinite number of targets all at once,
Yeah.
and Kyle can fly fast enough to surpass the normal concept of speed itself.
When you control space and time, things like strength and speed kind of become irrelevant.
Instead, let's analyze them through a lens more applicable to beings as absurd as Simone and Kyle. Their imagination, their willpower, and their ultimate potential.
First up, imagination. The boundless things they could conjure to use against the
I
other.
think,
Both could think up just about anything the other could, like absorbing each other's attacks, fighting across time, anything.
Simone did have a few attacks that Kyle hasn't encountered, like the probability-altering missiles,
That's
but
true.
it's likely Kyle could adapt considering his ring could protect against existence being erased across the multiverse.
And in general, Kyle's constructs were a lot more creative than
The lantern
Simone's
does
arsenal,
got that
which
shit.
was mostly drills. Though again, nothing Simone couldn't adapt to with, say, his energy absorption. Imagination is a draw.
That leaves the other main
I
factor
got
for both
Lantern because the ring has more options than Simone the Digger himself. But then again, I could say it's a draw too.
characters, the origin of their unbelievable might, their willpower.
And that's really gonna be the winning factor here,
Yeah.
since it's the source of everything for both of them. Whoever's got the stronger willpower wins.
Both can manipulate reality on a multiversal scale with their willpower,
That
but
is
we can
true.
use dimensions to
true.
roughly calculate a difference. This might sound absurd for most characters, but it's necessary for beings as beyond the pale as Simone and Kyle.
That's a
The
tough ass.
multiverse labyrinth that Simone
Battle,
absorbed
though, I ain't
contained
gonna front.
11 spatial dimensions. That's 1.3 dimensions less than the multiverse Kyle's power can threaten.
And remember, each numbered dimension infinitely surpasses the one below it.
Which meant Kyle's willpower was stronger at a base level. However, that doesn't necessarily mean Kyle gets the edge, because if there's one thing both of these guys are known for, it's that they can always get stronger.
So to determine the limits of their willpower, we first need to understand their full potential.
Simone's whole deal with spiral power is how he can constantly evolve to get stronger. So just because Simone starts off weaker doesn't mean
Oh,
he'll
that
stay
is
that way.
Absorbing the multiverse
That nigga,
labyrinth
I
requires
forgot, he gets
Simone to
stronger
leapfrog
exponentially.
several orders of infinity in an instant. Simone made himself that much stronger through sheer force of will.
More than enough to close the gap with Kyle, especially since Spiral Power also lets him regenerate his body down to an informational level. Kyle's never destroyed something that thoroughly before.
Without the ability to easily kill Simone, it was only a matter of time before Kyle's ring ran low on charge.
That's why I just
Especially
said.
since Simone could likely regenerate for at least a week straight, like Nia did. While Blue Lantern Light could boost Kyle's power, he's never jumped several orders of infinity in strength like Simone has.
And while Kyle could manipulate emotions to reduce Simone's willpower, Simone resisting the Labyrinth's mental manipulation meant he could power through anything Kyle threw at him.
Everything, that is, except for the life equation. It originated from a higher level of reality and would have more than even the odds.
Too bad Kyle couldn't control it. It was just as much a detriment to him as an asset, forcing him to relinquish it to keep from destroying reality and himself.
Compare that to Simone, who
That's
managed with a version
crazy,
of himself
bro.
writing a version of Gurren Lagann, and using spiral power to make that fiction into reality.
A pretty similar level of reality to the life equation, and a level of power Simone had no trouble embracing and mastering by the end of his story. No matter how you look at it, Simone might start weaker, but his peak will always transcend Kyle's.
Yeah.
Isn't that how all of Simone's battles usually go anyway? That's Gurren Lagann in a nutshell.
That's
So
what I'm
Simone's
saying, bro.
incredible potential eclipsed Kyle, which means his willpower was ultimately greater. Kyle may have embodied life itself, but Simone's unstoppable evolutionary potential would shatter even this lantern's light.
Simone, greater rate of adaptation for show, super regeneration, resist the emotional spectrum. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, durability is on the side. Countered each other's abilities. Weaker initially. That is true. Green Lantern is stronger physically. Strong Kyle, the Lantern, Green Lantern, White Lantern, whatever that nigga name is. Stronger at base, more creative use of his ring, far weaker eventually. What do you mean? Oh, I forgot. Kyle, the Lantern is stronger starting off, but in the long run, he'll become weaker because of Simone adaptation and limited battery charge. That is true. Yeah, that is true.
I hope Kyle at least dug the fight, because when it comes to Death Battle losers, he was a dead ringer.
The winner is Simone the Digger.
Next time on Death Battle.
I ain't gonna lie, that shit crazy, bro. That's crazy. Damn, man. I knew that nigga was gonna lose. When I seen that nigga Simone the Digger feet, I knew that shit was cooked. I just knew. That shit cooked, chat. But if y'all enjoyed the video, leave a like, hit that subscribe button. Subscribe for more content like this, more reactions like this. I hope y'all really do enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Comment down who you had winning and let me know if you fuck with this reaction, man. I'm gonna start reacting more. But I got like other videos. I need me an editor. Hey, if you watching this and you trying to like edit my videos and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just hit me up. My social media. My socials will be down linked in the description. Just hit me up, man. It's your boy HawkdowntreezyYT. We out, man.